So a woman goes overboard. She was on the Norwegian Sun, sailing in the Bahamas. Let's talk about that. Hey, this is John with TPF, Trips, Places, and Fun, where we show you how to have fun and exciting travel adventures. Now, this is not a fun and exciting travel adventure story by any means. Anytime somebody goes overboard, that's tragic. Thankfully, in this situation, as far as we know, well, we do know she was rescued. We don't know what her current condition is, but the news is reporting that a lady went overboard. She was on the Norwegian Sun. She was sailing in the Bahamas, and she was rescued. And based on what I read, the rescue boat was launched within 20 minutes, which is very quick. And they were able to get to her, bring her back on board, get her some medical attention. And so she's currently being either evaluated or going through whatever process needs to happen right now after that situation. And so we don't know the details, but I thought I would just jump on here and talk to you just a little bit about this idea of going overboard. I know there are people that you may be a little bit nervous about cruising. You might be wondering, is this normal? Is this something I need to be concerned about? And I'll be honest with you. I'll be straight up. It's something that at a low level actually did concern me just a little bit. You know, and we've been on 3 cruises. We just got back from our 3rd. We were in Mexico, went to Costa Maya, went to Cozumel. It was amazing. And we absolutely love cruising. We're addicted. This time I was in an inside room, which I'm a big fan of. I loved it. It was pitch black. And I was there with my 13-year-old son, and then my wife and the 2 girls were in another room. It did not have a balcony. It had a window, and so she was able to look outside, and she really enjoyed that. Our very first cruise, however, we had a balcony. Now, I love the balcony. The reason I'm bringing this up now after the story of this lady going overboard is because sitting out on the balcony, it's amazing. I mean, especially, I like it at night. Well, I like it day or night, but you just sit out there and it's silent, it's quiet. You hear just the waves crashing as the ship is cutting through the ocean. And it's just wonderful. It's serene, it's peaceful. I love the balcony, but it's very, I was just sitting there and I'm thinking, how easy would it be to go overboard? Super easy. Wouldn't be hard at all. Now, of course, there's railings there in your balcony and railings all over the ship, but it wouldn't take but a simple hop to be overboard. And we know that there are people that do that intentionally. Unfortunately, it's a very, very sad reality of cruising. And then there are those that accidentally fall. So it had me thinking about those who accidentally fall. Is that really something that's probable? We know it's possible. Is it probable? Well, think of these stats. I just looked these up. There are 30 million cruisers every single year. 30 million people cruise per year. And statistically, 1 to 2 of them go overboard every month. Now, those numbers should put you at ease. All right. Of the 1 or 2 that go over every month, some of them are jumping intentionally, unfortunately, and then others are going over accidentally. And you have to presume that some of those who are going over accidentally, and I wonder, maybe it's most, if it's those who are drinking too much, they're being reckless, and that's what happens whenever they're not able to clearly process and clearly think. And so so you think about that. 30 million cruisers a year, 1 or 2 every month go overboard. And so, that should put you at ease. Is it possible to go overboard? Of course it is. Is it hard to go overboard? Well, it wouldn't be hard. Is it common? It's not common at all. And so when you hear about stories like this lady, we don't know how she went overboard. We don't know what was happening. We don't know anything really about what was going on there. But it does make you think. And there are risks. There's definite risks to cruising. When you are far away from Land, you know, what happens if there's a medical emergency? What happens if something happens and you need to get off the ship and you need to get home? You know, what do you do? And so there's not easy answers, but I'll tell you this. We have never felt at risk on a cruise ship. It's always been fun and exciting. Yes, you have to pay attention to what you're doing. Yes, you need to make sure that you're taking care of the kiddos, and all of that's, of course, very, very important. But yeah, there's risks. Yes, you can go overboard. Sadly, 1 or 2 per month on average do go overboard. But millions and millions of people are cruising, and there's no issue whatsoever. So I wanted to share this with you. You know, there are sad stories, and it's the sad stories that tend to be what we remember. You know, the tragedies, the crisis, but in reality, cruising, as far as I'm concerned, based on what I've seen, incredibly safe. They take such good care of you on the ship, and it's a really wonderful way to travel. Definitely go for a try different kinds of cabins. Try a balcony. They're going to be more expensive, but it's so much. It's wonderful to be out there on your own balcony. But this time I did, like I said, I tried the interior stateroom. It was amazing, just perfect, and I got to sleep and wasn't awakened by the sun. Yeah, what situations have you run into? Have you ever been on a ship where somebody's gone overboard? Has there ever been a crisis? You know, in our previous video, you definitely check it out. We talked about norovirus hitting our ship, and thankfully we didn't get hit by it, but we talked about a lady that was changing a dirty diaper and put the diaper on the table in the dining room. And so you got to check that video out. Amy and I brought that to y'all. That was just yesterday, so you can check that out. But would love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. If you've experienced any crazy cruise stories, whatever that is, we would love to hear about that. But yeah, until next time, safe travels, everybody.